Okay, we're gonna call the meeting to order. Want to thank my members for running up here from Highways. The first bill that we're going to take up is House Bill 843, and that's a bill that we took up last year, and the federal government said we had to make a change in the language. We passed the bill out that said counties could, if somebody was Medicare eligible or had other insurance by another spouse or whatever, that the county could give them a supplement instead of what it would cost for them to have the group insurance, and the counties feel like it would save them money if they were able to do that, but it could not be above what it costs the county for insurance for that particular employee, and they would also have to show proof of insurance to be able to get the supplement, so that they would make sure that they were covered somewhere, and we wouldn't be adding to any uninsured pool of employees or residents. And so the House sent us a bill over, and my bill died in insurance. We fixed the language, and my bill was double referred and died in insurance. So the House sent us the same bill back over here. And if you will look at the language that the House put in on line 89, what we're needing to do is to strike that language that the House put in there, and we need to put the correct language in it. I don't know how that language got in there again, but it's very similar to what we don't need. So Jeff has done a strike all that takes those underlined words out on lines 89. And if you look at the strike all, we actually have one change to the strike all. If you look on line 61, where, since I haven't called it up yet or called for a vote on the amendment, I think it would be proper to where Jeff's got political subdivision in here. We need to say city or county instead of political subdivision, because we don't want to draw other entities into this that may not want to be drawn into it. So I think the governing board of any city or county on line 61 on the strike all is how it should read instead of political subdivision. So it will say the governing board of any city or county may offer supplemental compensation to its employees or other persons otherwise eligible for the political subdivision's group insurance in an amount to be determined from time to time by the political subdivision. If such person declines coverage under the political subdivision's group insurance, however, in no event shall the supplemental compensation exceed the political subdivision's cost for such person to participate in the group insurance. Before the supplemental compensation may be provided in any year, the person shall on an annual basis provide verifiable proof of coverage under another permissible plan. So that basically says they have to show coverage to be able to get the supplement. Does anybody have any questions before I call a vote on the amendment? Steve, do y'all see any problem with that? You think we got what we need now to satisfy the federal government? We hope so. So if there are no questions, I would move we adopt the strike all as amended. Is that correct, Jeff? Yeah, everywhere in that section where it says political subdivision, we need the word city or county. So anybody have any other questions on it? Okay, my motion is to adopt the strike all. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? None opposed, so that bill will be recorded. The next, and hopefully that's the last time we deal with that. House Bill 1017 is the next bill that we're going to take up, and if you look on lines 53, that's the pertinent language, and basically this is not something that's mandating anybody to do anything. This is just allowing two counties, if they choose to go into an agreement, spread out on their minutes, to basically have a shared justice court clerk between two counties, and that they would share the agreed expenses for the justice court clerk and whatever employees that they would have. And so far, I hadn't had anybody call me in any opposition to this. This just gives smaller counties that think they might save a little bit of money the opportunity to pool their resources together. And I'd be happy to entertain any questions. I'm not exactly sure which counties this is for, but I feel like that, given the localities, the more authority to do what they think to save money is generally best. Anybody have any questions? I have a motion. Title sufficient to pass is a motion. All in favor? Any opposed? That bill will be reported. This next bill, House Bill 1097, this basically just, and I honestly don't know what municipality this is for either, but all it does is it allows municipalities to do a 20-year lease, and where it lists the current things that they can lease for: public buildings, courthouses, office buildings, jails, auditoriums, community centers, civic arts centers, public libraries, gymnasium. It just adds fire stations to it. So maybe they need to lease an old fire station that they're no longer using. And so that's basically what this bill does. It's very simple. Any questions? Title sufficient to pass the motion. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, that bill will be reported. Now, we probably will meet again. If I can get the language worked out on House Bill 1098 and figure out exactly what their goal is. The language that came from the House is very confusing. I don't want people to be double taxed, but the language needs to be cleared up some. And so I'm in the process of trying to nail that down and figure out exactly what they're trying to accomplish on that bill. And there's a bill that came through highways that we will probably take up that just allows counties to contract for road work through MDOT if MDOT so chooses. So those will be the only other two bills that we may meet on. And I appreciate it. And thank y'all for having a quorum. Motion for rise and report. Thank you.